What we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. This is Exposé coming to you live from Lagos, Nigeria, every Monday on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook simultaneously. I'm the regular host, Tony Akinyemi. Don't forget, what we need is not more medication, but more education, because the best prescription is knowledge. Hello and welcome to Exposé with Tony Akinyemi. We continue our conversation on arthritis again today. Hopefully we can conclude today on arthritis, and then next week we can start on something completely different. Last week I gave the concluding part of my 14-point strategy for reversing or preventing arthritis, particularly for reversing arthritis. So let me start by just going over the 14 strategies. The first strategy is the pain management strategy. The second one is the inflammation management strategy. The third one is the strategy to arrest and reverse the loss of bone density, which sometimes is also associated with menopause in women. The fourth strategy is to rebuild and strengthen bones. The fourth strategy is to rebuild cartilage. The sixth strategy is to regenerate the synovial fluid, the lubrication that is usually between at the joints, to help lubrication to improve. The seventh strategy is for those who are obese or overweight, weight management strategy. The eighth strategy is to avoid anything that is contraindicated, particularly non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, nightshade vegetables, anything that can contribute to or aggravate your symptoms, or whatever can block the pathway to recovery. Those are contraindicated items. Avoid them. That's the eighth strategy. The ninth strategy is to improve mobility. The 10th strategy is to alkalize the body. 11th strategy is to stick to an appropriate diet. The 12th strategy is to avoid anything that can derange the immune system or cause autoimmune disorder. The 13th strategy is to deploy supplements, and that is where I'll be taking off or be dwelling on today. Supplements, particularly herbs from around the world that we can use as supplements in supporting the process of reversing arthritis. And the 14th strategy, of course, is hydration. Don't get dehydrated. Drink water, purified water, mineral-rich water, alkaline water, and probably also structured water. Now, so let's start today by looking at what I call arthritis herbs and supplements from around the world. God has done it so beautifully well that every continent on the planet, indeed every country in the world, have their own herbs and substances in their environment, immediate environment, that actually help with arthritis. So let's start talking about herbs and supplements that are particularly useful for addressing arthritis. The number one herb I'll be talking about is Boswellia serrata. Boswellia serrata. It's a herb that can be used to fight pain enzymes. Don't forget that one of the strategies in dealing with arthritis is pain management, okay? And Boswellia serrata is one of those herbs that help to manage pain. It's from a tree that grows in the dry hilly regions of northwest India. Boswellia works, by inhibiting the 5-LOX pain enzyme, 5-LOX pain enzyme. And this is often the hidden cause of aches and pain in the back, the shoulders, the hips, the knees, and other areas. In fact, I would say that if you have never taken Boswellia, it could be why no pain solution has ever worked for you. That's a joke anyway. Now, the active pain reducer in Boswellia is called boswellic acid. That's the active ingredient. And that is what actually serves as the pain reliever there, boswellic acid. Taking about 600 milligrams of Boswellia, which will contain approximately 400 milligrams of pure boswellic acid, is enough, to make most aches and pain disappear. Now, this is the full amount of boswellic acid used in the most successful clinical study that was done on Boswellia serrata. Now, Boswellia, in addition to being analgesic, that is a pain-relieving agent, is also a very potent antioxidant. It slows down one of the primary causes of joint wear and tear. Okay. Now, the second supplement we are going to be talking about for arthritis is a group, Proteolytic enzymes. That simply means protein digesting enzymes. And the ones we're going to be talking about are the ones that are coming from outside the body, not the ones produced in your pancreas. We're not talking about pancreatic protein digesting enzymes now. We're talking about enzymes, particularly that come from the plant kingdom, that help in digesting proteins. Now, many people don't know that plants also have their own enzymes. They think it's only animals that have enzymes to digest. Plants also have their own enzymes. For example, the enzyme bromelain is very plenty in pineapple. Pineapple contains bromelain, particularly if you're familiar with pineapple. At the center, at the core, the center of the pineapple fruit, there is this long rod, hard core at the center that is harder than the flesh around it. That particularly is rich in bromelain. Then if you look at the pineapple, what is the name now? The one that is broken off the top of the pineapple and planted. Okay, it has these spikes all over the place. If you pull off all the spikes from the pineapple, what do they call that? It just escaped my mind now. If you pull it off, all the spikes from the top that looks like the crown. If you just pull off everything, there is a small stump that is left at the base. If you blend that one, it's also very high in bromelain. Then there is papain from pawpaw or papaya. Papain, another proteolytic enzyme. Then there is serrapeptase. Some of them are extracted from, different sources. Serrazymes. Then there is serraziflamed or something like that. All of them are proteolytic enzymes. They are very, very useful in fighting inflammation. Don't forget again that one of the strategies in dealing with arthritis is anti-inflammatory agents. So proteolytic enzymes are very, very wonderful in reducing inflammation, reducing swelling, and also reducing pain. Anywhere in the body where there is too much inflammation, one is bound to feel aches and pain. And of all the natural solutions for sore joints, proteolytic enzymes help to reduce excess inflammation. They also aid in digestion when you take it with food in your stomach. But when you want to use it as an anti-inflammatory agent, then you must take it on an empty stomach. If there is food in your stomach, those enzymes will act as protein digesting enzymes. But when there's no food in your stomach and you take it with water on an empty stomach, then they are absorbed into your bloodstream and they circulate around your body to reduce inflammation, reduce soreness, reduce swelling, and reduce pain. Okay? So they are digestive aids and they are anti-inflammatory, and they also help the body to absorb more vitamins and minerals. They also serve in helping cartilage building. They help as well in absorbing other nutrients, okay? Proteolytic enzymes also help to reduce pain, inflammation, and so on and so forth. Okay, so the third one we'll be talking about is glucosamine sulfate. Glucosamine sulfate. This helps to, promote normal joint mechanics. Glucosamine doesn't eliminate pain immediately, but one will still definitely, feel some pain reduction over time. If you take about 1,500 milligrams of glucosamine per day, that can help also in building, joint mechanics and reducing pain as well. Because over time, glucosamine improves the amount of space within the joints. It helps in building cartilage, which serves as the shock absorber for the joints. And we really need cartilage, to work smoothly, for the joints to work smoothly and painlessly. All right, there's also chondroitin sulfate, which is another very important supplement that can also help in conjunction with glucosamine. Glucosamine chondroitin sulfate. Okay. There was one I mentioned the other time which, sounded somewhat to some people, and that is natural eggshell membrane, NEM. It's a very exciting new discovery. Natural eggshell membrane is extracted from the lining between the egg and its shell. It's an extremely rich natural source of the building blocks of cartilage. Particularly, glucosamine with the real active portion of it called glycosaminoglycans. Amazingly, natural eggshell membrane includes naturally occurring glucosamine, chondroitin, hyaluronic acid, which is great for joint lubrication, and even collagen. Eggshell membrane, also contains collagen. And collagen makes the body's tissues more elastic. Our bodies, unfortunately, create less collagen as we age. So natural eggshell membrane, can actually help with that. Then antioxidant supplements are also very good. In Nigeria here, there is one that I understand a Nigerian pharmacist actually developed, which is called Jobilin, which is a very good antioxidant, available all over Nigeria in pharmacies. There is the one for children in syrup form, and then there is one for adults in, I think, tablets or capsule form, Jobilin. All right. Now, the reason most people have a harder time with aches and pains as they get older is what orthopedics call normal joint wear and tear. And what you may not know, however, is that wear and tear is not just caused by daily use. There's another major cause of wear and tear in our joints, namely free radicals attacking and destroying the individual cells in our joints over time. It's not just the wear and tear of usage or of aging, but destruction caused by free radicals. So antioxidants can help to neutralize free radicals. All of our cartilage, bone, synovial fluid, which serves as our joint lubricant and supporting tendons and muscles, are vulnerable to free radicals. One by one, these free radical chemicals burn out our joint cells in the same way that oxygen causes, rusting of metals, iron in particular, or the rusting of an apple, which slowly begins to turn brown. If you take a piece of apple now and you bite it and you allow, air to blow on it for some time, that place you bit from the apple initially was, close to white. But after some time, it begins to turn brown. That browning is caused by, free radicals, so to speak. That browning process is what I call the rusting process. Like you put a piece of metal, like your machete, your cutlass, outside in the open, the rain and the sun, everything. After some time, everything begins to turn brown. It begins to rust. That rusting process, is what also happens to our joints by free radicals. So when you take antioxidants, you are arresting the rusting process. So we need to take antioxidants to fight free radicals. And they can come from our food. They can also come from supplements, Antioxidants such as coenzyme Q10, vitamins A, C, and E, and the minerals selenium. They're very good. But they may not be very beneficial for our joints, but ongoing protection of the joints from free radicals can be helped by Boswellia serrata that I mentioned earlier. And then the 4 Australian herbs, lemon myrtle, wild rosella, aniseed myrtle, and Tasmanian mountain pepper. These are called the 4 Australian herbs I call them the awesome foursome from Australia for joint health. And then there are others like yucca, celery seed, tart cherry, white willow, feverfew flower. All of these herbs are very good to serve as antioxidants to prevent, the rusting, so to speak, of the joints. So, from different parts of the world, if one is not available in your own area, another one will be available there. Lemon myrtle, wild rosella, aniseed myrtle, mountain pepper, yucca, white willow, devil's claw root, feverfew flower, celery seed, pawpaw extract or papaya extract. All of them, if you don't find one in your area, you will find another. They all serve as herbs and supplements for arthritis. And like I said, our goal in arthritis, in addressing arthritis, is to make sure that we achieve a number of end results. One is much less pain or total eradication of pain. Another is to build healthy cartilage. Another is to improve joint lubrication. Another is to reduce stiffness and increase mobility. And then you do that by creating more space within the joints and generating synovial fluids, to improve flexibility and lubrication without friction. And then we want to neutralize free radical activity so that rusting does not happen. We want to generate much more comfortable muscles for helping the bones in mobility. We want to lower the levels of inflammation and inflammatory enzymes in the body. So at the end of the day, our joints will begin to thank us for bringing relief and restoring its normal function again and again. So if we are going to put up a flow chart, so to speak, in addressing arthritis, I will start by saying, if you are overweight or obese, begin to work on your weight to achieve and maintain an ideal body weight. Number 2, make sure you are not dehydrated. Get well hydrated. Number 3, make sure you improve your flexibility and mobility. Exercise regularly. Be guided, however. Don't do exercises that will further damage your joints. So you need coaches or trainers to help you do the right type of exercises for joint flexibility and mobility. And then sunshine exposure, very important, particularly for you to synthesize vitamin D3 that will help you to absorb your calcium, your magnesium, your potassium, your biotin, and all the elements you need to build stronger bones and regenerate your worn cartilage and worn bones, And then, of course, eat in such a way, a proper diet that will alkalize your body, and then use supplements as we have proposed, and that will help you a great deal. So let me make some concluding remarks here regarding arthritis. The first remark I will make is that arthritis may not disappear overnight when you start doing all these 14 things I have been harping upon over and over. You must understand that it took years for this arthritis to develop. It may equally require some considerable length of time to heal. So don't give up. Don't get frustrated. Every little success, every little improvement you achieve, celebrate it. And let it serve as an inspiration and an encouragement to continue to do what you are doing. At least you are not getting worse and you are getting better. Number 2, fortunately, I must underscore the fact that it does not have to take as long as it took to develop that disease for you to heal. It could take as short as 2 weeks or as long as 2 years, depending on the type of arthritis you have and the degree of degeneration that has already occurred. All I would say is just know the right things to do and keep doing the right things. Be very consistent, be very committed, don't give up, okay? Number 3, no matter how bad your arthritis has become, all things being equal, I can assure you that in about 90 days, 3 short months, you should be experiencing great and noticeable improvements. Just keep at it, because slow and steady always wins the race. Number 5, I suggest that you follow this plan I have outlined. If you are just joining us for the first time today, go back to the very first episode on arthritis, okay, and watch all the episodes and take notes. Take notes of action points, things that you need to do. Take notes of them, okay, and follow the plan for at least 90 days before deciding to abandon it or continue with it, okay? Do a 90-day trial. If it's not helping at all, then you can jettison it. But I guarantee, all things being equal, it will help. Meanwhile, if you're on medication for your arthritis, please, I suggest you continue to take your medications in the meantime, except those medications I have already mentioned that can block the pathway of your healing process, such as NSAIDs and steroids, non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, and steroids. If you are on those 2, I personally would suggest you work with your doctor to take you off those and look for alternative remedies that can do the same job that those things were doing. Now, if you do all these things, very soon, all things being equal, your arthritis will disappear and you won't need pain relievers anymore for the rest of your life, except you go back to your old diet and lifestyle. And of course, I must let you know as a pastor that Jesus Christ is our great physician. He does miracles and he heals people. So I'll pray for you before I go on this break and we come back to conclude. Father, I ask in the name of Jesus that those who are dealing with arthritis, that you will give them the grace, the strength of character, the discipline to implement what they now know. And give them the resources if they need to acquire one thing or the other, the financial resources to be able to obtain what they need to obtain. And as they implement, I pray, Lord, that you will cause their bodies to begin to regenerate, to begin to get renewed and restored and to rejuvenate. Give them this fast-track process to healing, that they themselves will know that the hand of God is in this. Let their testimonies bring you glory, and let it bring shame to the enemy and joy to our hearts. And I want to encourage you, in case you have deployed this plan and it has helped you in some way, and you want to share your experience and your testimonies, send me an email to contact@tsfchurch.com. contact@tsfchurch.com. All right? That will encourage us as we hear your story. I'll be back very shortly.
Meet Emily. She is passionate about living a healthy life, but finds it difficult to access information on health and wellness.
Cancer is survivable.
That is until she discovered the online healthy living training offered by Reverend Tony Akinyemi on lms.rafainstitute.org. The online healthy living training program is a comprehensive interactive course that covers topics such as nutrition, fitness, stress management, and mental health. The course is designed to provide participants with practical tips and strategies to improve their health and well-being. Emily is now equipped with the knowledge and skills she needs to live a healthy life. Join Emily and countless others in living a healthy life by signing up for the online Healthy Living Training Program today.
Welcome back. This is still Exposé with Tony Akinyemi, and it's my delight, always my delight, my pleasure, and my honor to be able to share nuggets on wellness with you. We have just concluded on arthritis today. From next episode, we will pick on another very interesting topic and discuss it again for a couple of episodes to enlighten everyone so that they will know precisely how to navigate when they are challenged with such an issue. Okay, but there are some concluding remarks also that I want to give today, generally speaking. Okay, number one has to do with, I have taken the time to do a lot of videos, on various health conditions. We've done, extensive teachings on diabetes. We've done on cardiovascular diseases. We've done on infertility in men and women. I looked at some fundamentals, like there was a series I did on DATIS, D-A-T-I-I-S-S, that is the cause of disease, where I identified, the different things that can cause diseases, and when we understand them, we can mitigate disease. I have done so many videos. We have hundreds of them right now, and they are all free of charge on YouTube. I see people come to me and they're asking me to, to counsel them on something that I have already done a video on. And I said, look, some people will travel from far to come and see me in my office. And I would just simply say, look, everything I need to tell you on this matter is already on YouTube. It's already there. You could have just gone on YouTube and just type Exposé with Tony Akinyemi, and then you put the name of the condition that you want to learn about. Let's say you want to learn about diabetes. All you need to do is you go to YouTube, and when you are there on YouTube, there is a search engine on top of the screen in your YouTube page. In that search engine, you just simply type in there, Exposé with Tony Akinyemi, diabetes. That's all. And it will pull out all my videos on diabetes. So you start from E1, which is episode 1, E2, episode 2, E3, episode 3. By the time you watch all the 14 episodes on diabetes, you become your own doctor, so to speak. You are equipped with knowledge and information to know what to do. I have done on kidney health. If you have kidney impairment, you go there, Exposé with Tony Akinyemi, kidney. That's it. It will bring it out. If you have cardiovascular problems, hypertension, or whatever, stroke, you go there. Exposé with Tony Akinyemi, cardiovascular disease. If it is infertility, you go there. Exposé with Tony Akinyemi, infertility. And it will pull out all the videos on infertility. That way, you have a whole library that I have been doing since the year 2020. That's one of the benefits of COVID-19, during the lockdown, when everybody was locked down, nobody could go anywhere. That was when the inspiration to start all these video teachings came. Because I used to hold physical, in-person seminars, health seminars, wellness seminars, and people would travel from all over and come and fill our auditorium, and then I will address them. And at most, in those days, I will address between 500 and 1,000 people. But when we were all locked down during COVID, the idea came to take this online so that everybody from around the world, and we thank God for that. Is one of the COVID was a very, very serious attack on humanity. But then, out of every dead lion that Samson kills, there can come forth honey. So this is part of the honey out of the carcass of the lion of COVID-19. So now that these things are available online and they are free of charge, I encourage you, number one, you yourself, take the time, go online and go to our YouTube channel and search for whatever you are looking for, and then listen to it. You'll be educated, you'll be informed. All we want to hear is share your testimony after you have obtained your result, after you have obtained your healing, your miracle, your recovery. Share your testimony with us. Okay? Then don't stop there. If you watch any particular video and you are touched and blessed by it, you have a circle of friends. Share the video with them. Don't keep it to yourself alone. Tell your friends, oh, I saw this video on arthritis. I saw this video on infertility. I saw this video on diabetes. Just share it with them. That way, you are helping somebody else. You are playing your own part, okay? And then, of course, subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and then make sure that you give us a thumbs up also. All of that are your own little ways of contributing to the work that we are doing. We are doing it pro bono, free of charge. Of course, it costs us money to put all of these things together. We have a crew, and we have to have tools and equipment and studio and everything to get all of these things, pushed out. So do your own part for us. We encourage you. Then there is something else, and that has to do with our institute. We have an institute. It's called the Rafa Institute of Healthy Living, RIHL. Now, some of the things that I'm teaching here are actually they are the abridged versions, so to speak, abridged versions of the things we teach in our institute. So this is to give everybody an idea of the kind of things that you will find when you come to our institute. And no matter where you live in the world, you don't have to fly into Nigeria. In the beginning, when we started in 2014, the institute, about 9 years ago, okay, people used to fly in from outside the country to come and attend our in-person classes at the Rafa Institute of Healthy Living. People have come from the United Kingdom, the UK. People have come from Cape Verde. People have come from Cameroon. People have come from Kenya. People have come from, different parts of the world to attend in person. They fly into the country, into Nigeria. They book themselves into an hotel, and they spend a whole week with us, Monday to Friday, morning till evening, okay? It could be very expensive, and it could also maybe affect your other activities, your job or whatever. But now we have decided to package all the lectures into videos. We have recorded world-class, crisp, very well communicated, well documented videos with images and what have you. And so we have the Module 1 course, we have the Module 2 course, we have the Module 3 course. And you can spend your own time, take your own time, and go at your own pace. When you subscribe to that program, you start with Module 1, and then you do Module 2, then you do Module 3, okay? Our institute is accredited by the Lagos State government. The Traditional Medicine Board of the Lagos State government has accredited our institution. Okay, so you can actually take these courses, and you do it at your own time because it is asynchronous. In other words, you log in at your own time, and then you take the lectures, you watch the videos, and then you take a quiz. We want to test your comprehension and assimilation of the principles and the concepts that we share in each video. So when you watch the video, we will give you a small quiz to test whether you actually understood what you learned. If you don't pass that quiz, you will not be allowed to watch the next video. You have to repeat that video, watch it again, and then make sure you understand it, assimilate it, and then you are tested with a quiz. If you pass the quiz, then you move on to the next video. And that's how you finish. You can finish in 1 week, you can finish in 2 weeks, you can finish in 3 weeks, you can finish in 1 month at your own pace. And the cost is so minimal. It's like 1/3 of the cost of attending in person. 1/3 of the cost. And the content is the same. The only difference is that when you come in person, you meet other, classmates. So you can bond with them and network with them. And then, of course, we also feed those who come in person throughout the week. So they get to learn how to make salad and smoothie and how to eat. That's the only difference when you come in person. But when you take your course online, You have all our materials, all our slides, everything. After you take the course, they are also, there for you to see. So it's clear that you are missing out nothing when you take the online course. So I encourage you to look at the adverts of our institute and take note of the relevant pieces of information supplied. The website is there, the telephone contact, who to see, what to do, and you can register and take your own class. And I'm sure by the time you do that, you will be grateful that we encouraged you to do this. I just got a phone call from, a message from Canada just last week. I got a call from an information from Canada last week. One of our graduates who attended our online class recommended the course to her friend. Her friend had some health challenges, and so she said, look, if you register for this Module 1 and take it, it will help you. And so the friend who had some health challenges actually registered for the course and started taking the classes, and then what she was learning from the class, she started implementing, adjusting her diet, her lifestyle. And before she completed the course, she began to experience a lot of improvement in her health. She was so happy. Thank you for referring me to this course. And I know your friends will do the same when you tell them and encourage them. You take the class, encourage your friends to take the class. That's another way in which you can support us and encourage us, okay? Because when you register and you take the class, of course, there is a little tuition that you pay. That helps us in running this assignment that we are doing. At least we have bills to pay, and the revenue from that is going to help in some way. But the one we do online here is free for the whole world. Of course, there's no charge for it. But for that one, it will benefit you, it will benefit us. It becomes a symbiotic relationship. So would you like to be our helper in helping us to propagate, to spread the word, to encourage those in your circle of influence to register at Rafa Institute of Healthy Living? We will appreciate that very much. Thank you, and God bless you. Do have a very wonderful rest of the week. And thank you for spending your beautiful Monday evening with me if you are joining us right now on Facebook or on YouTube. And those of you who will watch it later, thank you for finding the time to also come back to the video to watch it. God bless you.
Meet Emily. She is passionate about living a healthy life, but finds it difficult to access information on health and wellness.
Cancer is survivable.
That is until she discovered the online healthy living training offered by Reverend Tony Akinyemi on lms.rafainstitute.org. The online healthy living training program is a comprehensive interactive course that covers topics such as nutrition, fitness, stress management, and mental health. The course is designed to provide participants with practical tips and strategies to improve their health and well-being. Emily is now equipped with the knowledge and skills she needs to live a healthy life. Join Emily and countless others in living a healthy life by signing up for the online healthy living training program today.